Hi crafty friends, Zara here, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just hopping on today because it's a super exciting day. It is the March the 3rd Scrap Diva Designs release day. So all of the new dies for the month of March have now been officially released. So do head over to scrapdivadesigns.com to check out all the new arrivals, because this month, oh my goodness, the dies are just amazing. And if you follow along on Scrap Diva's YouTube and on Instagram, you will see all of the sneak peeks that all of the design team have been making, and they are absolutely fabulous. You're in for such a treat. So I just thought I would hop on and show you the Waterfall card making set, because it's only got a few pieces to the die set, but if you're not familiar with the Waterfall cards, it might be a little bit confusing. I was lucky enough, I had a little bit of help from Vickie, the self-made crafter. We sent a few videos back and forth trying to work out what pieces were what, but she was fabulous and helped me out no end, because the one piece really stumped me, and it was actually, it comes with like a gift card holder piece as well, and I would have been there forever trying to figure out what that piece was, but now I see it, it's clearly obvious. But never mind, I got there in the end. So this is the Waterfall card making set, and this is what it makes. So I've done this one in the bunny theme, and the bunnies and the sentiments that I've used also come in this month's release. So this is the slimline bunnies, and then the sentiment words I've used are the spring words 2026. And to open the card, this is what we do. So each little one just opens up like this. So the bunnies that you can see on here are from the bunny borders. So I just cut the bunny borders out, and then just put little sentiments there and some little puffy stickers. I think it turned out absolutely adorable. So I thought we'd put one together today so that you could see like how it goes together, and how, you know, that it's really quite simple once you know how. Very simple. So we'll set this one to a side a minute. The one piece that I was on about, this is the gift card holder piece. So you could in fact put this here on your card, and it won't affect the use of the waterfall effect. It will still work if you put it there, or alternatively you could in fact put it on the back as well, because again, you know, as long as your belly band's loose enough, it'll be fine, just to pop on there. So that's a really nice little addition. So this piece, I will show you the piece in the cutting set, in the die set. So this is the piece that makes the gift card bit, which obviously is completely optional. So what you're going to need is some really sturdy cardstock. Now, I wouldn't suggest cutting this out anything less than about 250 GSM cardstock, because it's got obviously the moving element, and you don't want your cardstock to rip, you know, when it's doing its bendy thing. All the technical bits. So yeah, I would really suggest doing some really thick, like 250 GSM cardstock on that. So what you're going to need is, your first piece is this piece, and this one comes with a little tab. Okay, so this is going to be the base part of your card. So sturdy cardstock for this one. So just one piece, which is here. You're then going to need your layering piece, and these have got the faux stitching all the way around, which makes it look so cute. And then you are going to need one of these. Now this is your piece that makes this up, and it's got the you know, the embossing lines where you fold and burnish. It's got the 4 little score marks here. So you're going to need one of those. You're then also going to just need one of these as well, your little belly band. Okay, and again, this has got all the faux stitching around. I would suggest, you know, in some decent sort of cardstock, just so that it's not all, you know, wibbly wobbly or whatever. And make sure, before you think about putting it together, go ahead and fold and burnish on these pieces really, really well, so that it's nice and flowy and easy to move, because you don't want it, it's not gonna go up and down right if it's not really burnished, you know. So go ahead and burnish your little tab here as well, because that's what our mechanism's going to go on to. So first off, I'm just going to pop my layering piece onto my base. Now it's up to you whether you use like patterned or you use plain. On the bunny one that I did, I used like a plain cardstock. But this one I thought I would go with patterned, because Vickie over at the Self-Made Crafter made me some absolute gorgeous bee themed Happy Mail, and I thought how cute it would be to do like a little bee theme on the card. Okay, so we've got our base piece on and we've got our matting piece on. We now need to connect our mechanism to our top tab. Okay, so we'll go, oh sorry guys, we'll go ahead and do that now. Now I have used score tape and I'm going to use glue as well, only because I don't want it coming off at all, or because that it's a moving part, it's going to have a lot of you know, I don't want it to pop off or anything. So I thought I would double up with the score tape and the wet glue. There we go. So make sure that that's all nice and lined up, and then give it a really good burnish down. Right, okay, so we've now got something that looks like this. Okay, so now what you are going to need to do is you need 4 pieces for your waterfall pieces. Okay, so the die set doesn't come with this piece. However, all you're going to need are 4 pieces that measure 3 7/8 by 2 3/4. Okay, so that's 3 7/8 by 2 3/4, and you're going to need 4 of them. So I've gone ahead and cut mine ready, and then what I've done on the bottom, because this bit is got like a nice curved bit to it, what I've done on these pieces, I've just taken my corner punch and I've just corner rounded the bottom pieces, not the top, just the bottom, just because I think it gives it a bit of a nicer finish, that's all. And then what we need to do then is adhere all of our little little tabs to each little section here. Sorry, why is it whenever you go to like do a video and you lose your words? So, oh, bear with me guys, this tape's like sticky. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to pop a little bit of extra glue here. Don't get it on the score bit, because you don't want it like popping off or anything like that. Just take it up to your score line and make sure that it's all nice and neatly centered and everything, and then burnish down. And then we are literally just going to go ahead and do the other 3 in the same way. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to want to do is your belly band part. So we've glued all of our tabs, so you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so now we're going to put our belly band on. Now what I did to make it easier was this. So if you just bend your belly band and do it so that it's only very slightly overlap and it's enough to adhere the glue, okay, and just center this as best as you can, and then you want to give your side pieces a really nice burnish down so that they're nice and crisp. Just so that it glides up and down your card nicely. All right, so you're giving that a good burnish there and a good burnish there. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your belly band, so it's like this, and we're going to glue this onto the very bottom tab. Okay, so the very bottom of what we glued our tabs onto is where you're going to glue this part of the belly band. Okay, so just add some adhesive. Don't go right to the edges because you don't want to get glue on your card, and then obviously your card's not going to go up and down if that happens. So just try and center this as best as you can. Sorry guys, it's a bit difficult because I'm doing it on camera, so it's a bit more difficult to see. Let's take that right down to the bottom. There we go. And I think that's pretty central. There we go. And then just burnish that down. Okay. And then we're going to get our card and we're going to pop it all the way back down, and then we are going to flip it over like so. And then we are just going to adhere our belly band together. Now, only put a small amount of adhesive because you don't want to get anything on your card, because we don't want this to glue down onto the card. Okay, so just a little slither, which is enough just to adhere your belly band, that it's not going to come undone. Just like so. There we go. And then we have our basics of our waterfall card. And what will happen now is if we do this, it will slide up and down. Just like so. Now what I will say is, when you decorate, it doesn't matter if it's chunky on the top as such, but be careful with your layering pieces on the others, because if they're too chunky, this is going to stick out a lot, and I'm not sure that it would work quite so well if you put chunky embellishments sort of inside as such. So just be mindful of that. So I was lucky enough to be gifted some beautiful little embellishments from Vickie, so I'm going to use some of those embellishments to decorate this little card. So I will pop some music on and speed you up just so you don't get bored. rewind back, and there we go, guys. So I just decorated it up with some little embellishments, and I think it turned out really cute. So let's just have a little flick through. Oh, look how adorable this is. How cute. And it works perfectly. So there we go, guys. That is how we make the waterfall card making set. I will pop the link in the description box below for it. Don't forget, when you're placing your orders, if you use the coupon code Zara10, you will get 10% off your entire order. And I will put my affiliate link in the description box below, so that you can go ahead to the website to purchase whatever you'd like. It doesn't cost you anything extra, it just helps me out a little bit. And I really do appreciate all your support. So I really hope you've enjoyed making these with me today. I can't wait to see what that you've made. And I'll catch you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.